This new Mini King Flux from HPI Racing could very well be the new king of mini solid axle RC monster trucks. It's not just a scaled down Monster King, it's an almost entirely new platform, so we've got a lot to cover. Looking around the outside, this officially licensed Big Kahuna Lexan body appears to be the same Ford Bronco 4400 body that we saw on the Venture 18 U4. With about 15 screws, it's mounted to the same plastic roll cage underneath, but this version is gray to match the full-size Big Kahuna chassis, and there's a massive fuel cell hanging out the back instead of a spare tire. We also have a new fixed wheelie bar in the rear that has a plastic roller on it to help ride out those wheelies a little easier. Up front, we have the same bumper and grille setup carried over from the U4 with functional LED lights within the light pods. There's another light bar above the windshield where you can install additional LED lights if you'd like. Inside the cab, we have a new hard plastic interior with a driver figure and a steering wheel. The Mini King sits on a set of new 1.2-inch TRZ tires that kind of remind me of Proline Demolishers. These tires are filled with some soft foam inserts and are glued to some awesome looking plastic deep dish wheels that are painted to match the body. They're held to the truck with 5.5mm serrated wheel nuts that are covered by 7mm plastic caps. HPI actually includes a nice hand tool to remove the wheel nuts as well. These wheels are the same diameter on both sides, and they actually have removable hex adapters in the center that are held in with 6 screws. This allows you to easily swap to a set of optional 5.5mm offset adapters that it sounds like HPI will be offering at some point. Just like the U4, the body latches in the rear, flips up, and hinges in the front. Now we have a better look at the new twin vertical plate composite chassis. Between the two sides of the chassis, there are 6 aluminum standoffs to give it some rigidity. 2 of those standoffs actually double as sway bars for the front and rear. Next to the sway bars, we have 2 shocks on each corner of this truck. These oil-filled shocks are carried over from the Venture 18 and feature threaded plastic bodies with aluminum collars and caps on each end. These shocks sit on plastic leading and trailing arms, which connect to some beefy new front and rear axles. To handle the brushless power, this Mini King has an all-metal drivetrain with metal shielded ball bearings throughout. On each corner of the truck, 7mm aluminum hexes sit on steel axle shafts. Those axle shafts run through plastic hub carriers that mount to the ends of the axle housings with 4 screws. There are universal axle shafts up front as well, which is nice. By removing 4 more screws, the axle housing splits in half, exposing the differentials. These 3-gear diffs are actually sealed with a gasket and some O-rings, so you can tune them by filling them up with oil. Now they're filled with a little bit of grease from the factory, but the fact that you can tune them is very exciting. A set of steel center drive shafts connect these axles to the transmission, and they are counter-rotating to reduce torque twist. Back in the center of the truck, we have a single-speed version of the same transmission that comes in the Venture 18. Attached to that transmission is a 4500 kV brushless motor that's paired with a waterproof 2-3S capable ESC. This system is powered by a 2S 800 mAh 35C LiPo battery that comes with a USB charger. In the very back of the truck, the battery sits in a tray that's carried over from the Venture 18 U4. On the front axle, a metal-geared micro servo steers the tires through a small servo saver. Everything is plugged into a nice 6-channel receiver and controlled by a rebranded FlySky transmitter. This Mini King is a very impressive little truck. HPI definitely did their research with this one. I haven't experienced any issues with mine so far, and I haven't been going easy on it. I was able to reach a top speed of 15 miles per hour with the truck in its box stock setup. The brushless power is a blast. I was able to easily pull off double backflips with it, and even some single backflips off of jumps that I was not expecting. I really think this new Mini King can give the Low C Mini LMT a run for its money, and you know I'm going to put the two up against each other in another video. It all really comes down to the price though. I don't know what the actual price of this Mini King is going to be as I'm filming this. I know with the Monster King, we saw that the price ended up being a bit higher than what a lot of people were expecting. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, because this is a really cool little truck with a lot of potential in my opinion. As always, a big thanks to HPI for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed watching, check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe.